Hey, YouTube, this is Evan with Incremental Improvement. Don't have a lot of time to record because it's been a busy day and I'm trying to get this video recorded real quick while I'm headed over to my parents' house. Um, but sorry, just struggle to think and drive at the same time. Been trying to record all afternoon, but I've had a bunch of different stuff get in my way, so hopefully this will finally be the one that actually gets posted, like the 5th or 6th recording that I've attempted today. Anyway, thank you guys so much, those of you who have viewed my videos, and I noticed at the time of recording this, I have 2 subscribers, so thank you guys for that. Thank you for believing in my thank you for believing in my channel and being willing to give me your support. And yeah, it just means a lot. It's easy to give subscriptions to channels that already have a lot of them and are posting very entertaining content, but to believe in a channel that, you know, is still trying to work on things like video quality and to work on things like yeah, just improving their videos, and they, you know, the videos aren't even edited yet. And, you know, to believe in a channel like that and to offer your support really means a lot. So, thank you. Huge shout out to everyone who's viewed my videos and to the subscribers that I have thus far. Yeah, so I want to give an update on the weekend and explain what weekends are going to be like. I didn't post yesterday because my what I'm going to be doing on Saturdays is posting my extended stretching routine. I do stretches every day after I work out, but my stretching on Saturdays is going to be the same routine but extended. And so, you know, it's already like a 15-minute routine, but with doing extra stretching is going to be quite lengthy, so I wanted to spare you from watching like a 20-25-minute stretching routine. One of my goals this week is to get some editing software so I can start to do things like you know, speed up footage, do jump cuts as needed, and as well as some other editing skills that will hopefully make my videos a little bit easier to watch. Being able to edit footage like what you're watching right now so that it's a little easier to go through. Try to edit out some of the ums and uhs and likes and other stop gaps that I tend to use in my speech. So that's one aspect of self-improvement I'm trying to work on, is working on my interpersonal communication skills. So yeah, shoot, where was I? Okay, so yeah, I just talked about what I'm going to be going over. That's going to be the Saturday edition, is just posting stretching stuff. On Sundays, I'm going to be talking about other stuff related to self-improvement. There's a lot, you know, there's a lot more to self-improvement than just working out and physical fitness. There's other aspects of improving your physical appearance, making sure that you're well-groomed, hairstyled, taking care of your hygiene, making sure that you smell good, and you're keeping yourself clean, keeping your spaces, personal spaces, organized and clean, your car, your house, your workspace. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into the big wide world of self-improvement. The mindset that governs an awful lot of that, the mindset of discipline, of resolve, of conviction and purpose, things that govern those improvements that we make in our day-to-day life. All that is different topics that can be covered in the, you know, in a channel like this, and so that's all stuff that I want to cover as needed, as as I think that there's stuff that I can offer to you to benefit you, um, uh, or stuff that I just really want to cover that I maybe want to do more research into, and then share with you what I find. Um, I've been doing some brainstorming this week on what some of that may look like. There's a couple of channels that I'm interested in reviewing and talking about, going over um, their place in the self-improvement world, and what I think what I like about them, especially. There's one particular self-improvement channel I actually just found this week. His name is Rajiv Surendra. Rajiv, Rajiv, and Surendra, Surendra. I highly recommend you check out his channel. He just goes over basic like life skills kind of stuff. Um, and it's really cool. He goes over everything from how to sharpen a kitchen knife, which is very pertinent for me because my trade is um, cooking. I work in an upscale restaurant here in downtown Roanoke, but everything from that to how to make your bed the old school way, how to deep clean your apartment, how to set a dinner table when you're having guests. Um, uh, and so there's a lot of really good stuff he has to talk about. I'd love to go over some of the topics he discusses. I'd love to do an in-depth review of his channel. Obviously not sponsored, and doing my best to make sure that I don't infringe any or plagiarize at all. But he has a lot of good stuff to say, and I'm interested in getting into his stuff and working on my own journey. And even without actually getting into a lot of what he talks about, I couldn't recommend it enough. So yeah, definitely check out his channel. As well as some others. Mark Manson is another one that I've been looking into a little bit more. Um, so, yeah, that's some stuff I might cover. Some other things I might cover in my Sunday editions. Things like what I'm doing in my personal life to improve in those areas. Personal hygiene and organization, cleanliness is something that I'm working on. It's something I've made a great deal of progress in already, but I'm still trying to maintain consistency and making sure that I have high standards for myself. I'd say already I'm fairly hygienic. I shower at least once a day, and brush my teeth at least once a day in the evenings. But I can always stand to do better. I'm not the freshest person possible, and it's my goal to become that. So hold on just a second. I'm merging onto the highway, so I want to give my full attention to that. All right. So yeah, that's another thing that I'm interested in talking about. To that end, for today's update, I bought an air purifier actually for my house. I made it my goal to deep clean my apartment as much as possible by the end of this week, and unfortunately I didn't get it completely cleaned by the end of the week. But it was a huge milestone for me. I've never done that much cleaning. I've never stuck with my cleaning schedule that well. So the fact that I got myself up to the point where at the very least I now have a bulleted list of items that still need to be done, where once that list is cleared, I'm pretty much done with my apartment and is completely deep cleaned, is very encouraging. That's a lot further than I've ever gotten, and hence the name of the channel, Incremental Improvement. You got to take it one step at a time sometimes. I think if I discouraged myself and was just like, well, because I didn't do it perfectly, and I didn't completely meet my goal, which admittedly I could have done if I had been better about not procrastinating, but not celebrating the victories as well as feeling remorse over the failures is no way to. It's absolutely necessary. You have to encourage yourself, or else you'll burn out in self-improvement. So yeah, very happy about having cleaned my apartment. But as I was going and cleaning my apartment, and just doing a lot of dusting, because there's a lot of dust from the previous tenants as well, on top of all the stuff that's accumulated from my living there, I noticed that there's just it just, tends to kick up a lot of dust as you're trying to sweep stuff up. It just gets into the air, and it feels gross. Feels like you're not doing anything, and then you kick up so much of the dust that you're trying to sweep up and wipe off that it ends up just settling back down, and you end up with a layer of dust by the time you're done cleaning. So hopefully having an air purifier will help with that as I'm like working through getting cleaning done. I'm picking up a bunch of dust that can kind of help filter stuff out. I can even run it throughout the day while I'm just doing whatever, and that it can help to kind of clean your air. The one I got off Amazon was pretty cheap. It's a small one, but it's good for like one room at a time. And yeah, so I got that for the end that I could hopefully get my apartment a little bit fresher. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Maybe if it works out well enough for me, I'll do an unsponsored review of the filter and offer you guys a recommendation if keeping your apartment cleaner is something that you're trying to work on. Then that would be very beneficial to you, I think, if it turns out to be beneficial to me. So that's one thing that I did. Another thing I did this week, toward that same end, is I bought a professional grade pet groomer, pet brush for de-shedding my cat. I got a cat on the 26th. If you've been following my videos, you've seen her in a few of them, trying to interrupt my workouts. But she is a huge source of that dust and a lot of hair everywhere. So I got one of those to kind of help to keep the cat hair down. And yeah, so still making progress on keeping my apartment clean. Looking forward to working on my system and hopefully getting it to a point where I'm able to maintain a clean living space. Sorry, I've got a little bit of a post-nasal drip. I don't know if I had like a mild cold or something earlier, but so and then lastly, I purchased a wall calendar for this year. It doesn't seem like a big deal. It seems like, that's kind of something everyone has, right, as a wall calendar. But it's very important to, I think, have an organizational system. And for me, I've always loved analog systems. I find that keeping my organizational systems too close to my phone or too close to distracting technology results in me getting closer to the distractions, which, isn't helpful. So I am going to use the calendar, and very excited to be able to kind of keep things organized with that. And it's a very underrated tool. Just little things like that, whether it's a calendar or a planner, it's very underrated to have one of those to kind of keep yourself level-headed. There's a lot of making plans without already knowing what plans you've already made is actually a huge source of anxiety, for me anyway. And I really think that being able to put some plans that you've made on a schedule that essentially remembers it for you, so that you don't have to worry about what other plans you've already made as you're trying to make other plans, can be very helpful. I have a lot of plans that I need to make within the next couple months. Doctors and dentist appointments that I'm behind on for myself, and then also my cat conveniently needs like all of her shots within the next month, which is going to be very expensive, but also is going to require at least one vet visit. So I'm going to have to find a way to squeeze that in on top of 50 hours of work each week and family matters. So so there's a lot to do, and looking forward to being able to keep that stuff organized. Trying trying to think honestly of what else I need to share. Um, cannot. This is definitely one more incentive to get that editing software because I apologize for the pain of having to sit through this if you're actually choosing to sit through this, and I really appreciate it if you are offering that kind of support. But um, yeah, hopefully when I can do jump cuts, it'll be a little bit easier to watch stuff like this. But um, so as for my Sunday editions, uh, there's one thing I did want to say. Please give me suggestions for whatever topics you would like um, me to cover in the comments below. That helps me significantly with working on. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. That helps me significantly with knowing what it is that you want me to cover. If it's a particular aspect of self-improvement that you're struggling with and you want me to research and talk about tips that can be helpful, or just different life skills you want to talk about, or just other whatever topic is related to self-improvement that you want to discuss, feel free to leave a comment asking about it. And especially while my channel's still so small, I'm still at the stage where I can read literally every comment, so, and probably respond to every comment personally. So feel free to comment and give me any suggestions you have. But yeah, so I think that just about sums it up. Just to clarify something, since I'm not working out on Saturday and Sundays, whatever day, I do want to reiterate that whatever day of the month it is, or whatever day of the year it is, however many days in is how much I'm going to do. So even if even though tomorrow is only going to be my 6th day of working out, because it's going to be the I guess the 8th day of the year. Let's see, that was the 5th day, 6th, 7th, 8th. So because it's the 8th workout day, the 8th day of my channel, I will be doing 8 push-ups, 8 squats, 2 crunches, and then 2 pull-ups, since it's a new week, starting with the second week. Yeah, as for my numbers of push-ups and squats, that's not going to be reduced because I didn't do that workout on the weekends. So that's still going to be maintained to the point where on the 365th day of the year, I'm doing 365 push-ups, hopefully. We'll see how that goes, and I may need to incorporate some extra working out, some supplemental stuff to try and help keep my strength increasing over time. But yeah, very excited, and excited to be doing this with you all, and looking forward to seeing you all in the comments section. So you all have a good evening and happy Sunday, and yeah, hope to see you later. Yeah.